Somebody big just died. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay is dead at 65 years old. And my friend Mike North is here to help eulogize him. Mike, how are you, my friend? They are dropping like flies.
I know. I mean, last week we have George Wendt. Monday night now we have Jim Irsay. Of course, Jim died last week also. And in fact, he died the same day that we did the George Wendt piece. And I was shocked. I remember you were preparing that piece, the George Wendt piece, and I texted you. I tweeted you. I said, Jim Irsay's dead. You didn't believe it at first. He's only 65 years old. But I will say this. He looked like he was 80. He pounded. He had alcohol problems. He had drug abuse problems. He had done some, not too wise things with drugs. I remember he was busted for a DUI, and they found $29,000 in like loose bills in a plastic bag.
Jeez.
And this is the owner of the National Football League. There's no doubt in my mind he allegedly did roids. He was a weightlifter. He was an excellent athlete. He was a golfer, football player, played for Southern Methodist, ended up getting hurting his ankle, which ended his career there. He made it as a walk-on. The cool thing is, and last week, we tweeted it out at Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago because Jimmy was born in Lincolnwood. This is like a weird thing. George Wendt now from Chicago. There he is. There's Jimmy Irsay on the bear. And I was on the same bear at Lincoln Park Zoo. There I am. Mine looked like it was fed better. Looked like a little more nourished. There's the snow fence I ended up putting up. I ended up putting up that snow fence in the back when I worked for the Park District. Exact same spot. You take it down during the summer. So that's how weird that was. He was born in Lincolnwood. He went to Loyola High School in Wilmette. I mean, you don't get much more Chicago than that. The great Loyola Academy. He also graduated from Southern Methodist. He boxed. He played golf. There he is with his dad. His dad is, I guess, considered the Antichrist in Baltimore. Moving the team. He moved the team in the middle of the night because he couldn't get a stadium deal going. They moved it to Indianapolis. They cut the deal, and people have forgotten about it now. But the Baltimore Colts fans had never forgotten about it, and they were never going to forget about it. But then they ended up getting the Ravens, so everything worked out. But that's when everybody was moving. And Robert Irsay was a temperamental guy. He was a heating and air conditioning contract guy from the west side of Chicago. I mean, the north suburbs of Chicago. Tough guy, stuff like that.
And a quick segue there, Mike, and reminding you of the suburbs of Chicago. We have to give a shout out to our sponsors, right?
Oh my God, how do I even forget that? Maybe because we just got into this thing tonight. It's been gone for about a week. Of course, we give a shout out to our sponsors.
Of course.
Cumberland Chapels. Are you kidding me? 8300 West Lawrence Avenue. I would never forget these guys. We always take care of our sponsors. Anthony J. Lupo Sr., Anthony J. Lupo Jr., the Martino boys, doing great, serving families for decades. It's in Sebastian Maniscalco's Act. They have big chapels. They have parking. There's the testimonials. Plenty of parking. The place is a block long. Takes up a whole block. You got parking across the street, the sides, the back. You got 4 or 5 chapels. You got a vestibule. Look at all those windows there. Yeah. They don't lack for space, folks. They always accommodate you, and they take care of you, especially first and second timers, third timers. It's never easy. Cumberland Chapels. Then you go to Pennyville Station, ladies and gentlemen. Pennyville Station, established in 2018. Tony Antonacci's wonderful place. There's some French fries. There's the mahi mahi. Beautiful bar. Great time. Good foot traffic. It's a great block there that's filled with places, but this is the granddaddy of them all. Pennyville Station, Tony Antonacci. Go see Tino if you can. There's Tony, me, and Jesse Rogers from ESPN. I've got a party. I had a party coming up, so we're going to have some new pictures for that. We'll send to Joe. But those are the places you got to go. And there's no doubt they're making arrangements tonight for Jimmy Irsay, and I think it's shocking he took a nap.
Yeah, I told you that, Mike, and I scarred you now for life, haven't I?
I'm afraid to take a nap. I'm like this with one eye open, you know what I mean? But seriously, it's sad. And, maybe wasn't feeling good. He was the GM. His dad bought the thing for $12 million. I think it's worth like $3-4 billion now. There they are when they won the Super Bowl, beating the Bears. Boy, Rex Grossman almost got it done, of all people. Imagine if Rex Grossman would have beaten Peyton Manning. There he is in Jacksonville. That's Marvin Harrison, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's somebody else. Look at him. Yeah, he had no issues, walking around like Kenny Rogers. You know what I mean? But a great franchise, great stuff. Born, like I said, in Lakewood, Catholic kid, which is unusual because he was Jewish. His father was from a Hungarian Jewish family, but his mother was Polish Catholic. So that's okay. Very generous guy. Sent people to the Super Bowl, would give them 10 grand in cash to go. He'd pick people, like season ticket holders at random. Just a real generous guy. He was 12 years old when his dad bought the Colts. That had to be a lot of fun. I mean, I can't imagine being 12. My dad owns the Bears. My God. Well, we would have won 3-4 Super Bowls. I can promise you that. We wouldn't have won just the one. I would just go into doing it. Forget about it. He joined the organization in '84. He worked with numerous football Hall of Famers, coaches, executives, Eric Dickerson, Marshall Faulk, Bill Polian, Tony Dungy, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, Peyton Manning. Just greats. Just great at what they do.
And they had great coaches, too, under his tenure. I mean, really great coaches.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Dungy fan, but they won with them. Of course, Gruden took over for Dungy at Tampa Bay, and he won with Dungy's tape. So that was how weird that was. Irsay was vocal about preventing a group that included talk show host Rush Limbaugh from purchasing the St. Louis Rams. I myself couldn't be even consider voting for him when there are comments that have been made that are inappropriate, incendiary, and insensitive. Come on, Jerry Jones. Come on.
Hot calling the kettle black, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, they're hypocritical. Seriously. Your dad owned a team and he moved it out of town in the middle of the night. There's no...
Yeah, that's about as sketchy as it gets right
there. It's about as bad as it gets, okay? He also wanted to remove Daniel Snyder. This guy was a hatchet man. Got rid of Daniel Snyder. He was
part of the reason they got him out of there,
Yeah, one of the main reasons.
And Gruden.
He came under scrutiny when he got fired head coach Frank Reich after 3-5-1 season to start the season and made Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
So how smart was Jim Irsay? Not very. He was
probably the dumbest coach hire of all time, I would say.
Right. He was a member of the Lucky Sperm Club. If he had to do all over again, he would have kept. Yeah, he was born into this. I mean, he's no genius. I know
he was worried about his guitar collection, Mike.
That's right. And yes, like that, and making a lot of money, which I give him credit for. Big time charitable guy. Give him credit.
No doubt.
Big time charitable guy.
Of course, drafted Peyton Manning.
Yeah. I mean, he had some pretty good things going for him. It was a stigma. He had some mental health issues. So he had all sorts of issues. Anytime you think you got issues, there's people that got bigger issues than you.
Of course.
He doesn't look straight in any picture he's ever taken. Go back to that last picture. He's blasted. I'm just telling you now. Take it from a guy who's been blasted. Look at that. The guy's staring into the abyss, right? I mean, come on. His dad's going, get the bottle out of the... I mean, my God. But he was a...
Even look at this picture with Peyton Manning. When they look at it, he looks really blasted here.
Oh, yeah, he's having a time of his life.
And this is, by the way, Peyton Manning's statement that he just put out a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken to hear about Jim Irsay's passing. He was an incredibly generous and passionate owner, and I will always be indebted to him for giving me my start in the NFL. His love for the Colts and the city of Indy was unmatched. His impact on the players who played for him will not be forgotten. My thoughts and prayers with his family and everyone in the Colts community. He will be missed. Jim, rest in peace, my friend. Number 18.
He forgot to say he was out of his mind too at times, but that's beside the point.
Oh,
Jim Irsay was
just look at the picture.
He was a good owner. A substance abuse. He was arrested under suspicion of driving under the influence of drug possession in Carmel, Indiana. Very nice town. I've been there.
Carmel, yeah.
Oh, I love Carmel. Irsay I went with the Bulls there. They stayed in Carmel when they played the Pacers. And
Oh,
we stayed in the same hotel. They had a big mall there, a big shopping center. It was great. Irsay had multiple bottles of prescription medication and more than 29 grand in cash. Who doesn't travel around with that kind of money in his car at the time of the
my
arrest?
God.
Okay. He tested positive for oxycodone and hydrocodone in his system. Multiple felony charges were subsequently pleaded down to misdemeanors. It's who you know.
Oh, I got his mugshot, Mike.
Let's see. Look at
This is
Joe.
fan-
Joe
this
can't
is
keep. Come on,
this
Joe.
is fan this is fantastic, dude.
Talking about a man's life now, Joe. Please come on. Oh my God. And he's dressed like Hank Williams.
I was gonna say, look at that shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy had all sorts of shit in him. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And his daughter, Carly, took over the day-to-day operations while he was in rehab. He was suspended by the NFL for 6 games as an owner for 500 grand. He said he was arrested because I'm rich and a white billionaire. That's when you're really reaching. That's when you're really reaching.
You want to see a really good picture where he looks out of his mind, Mike?
You're having the time of your life tonight.
I am. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. How you doing? Look, I want a Super Bowl. Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
And there, he's not eating. He's on a binge. He's on a binge. Look at his arms, how thin they are. The right arm looks smaller than the left arm. Or the left arm, whichever. Find another one, Joe.
Oh, this is easy.
He had a big collection. Guitar Magazine said in 2021 he had the biggest guitar collection in the world. Look, he's a member of the Lucky Sperm Club. He owned a football team making billions of dollars. And, I give him credit. He ran the team well. A lot of times. God. Although he didn't run his own life well.
Oh, right? Mike, this is too easy, man.
You got another one?
God. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you ready? You ready for this one?
Oh my God. Gone. He thinks he's at a concert. He doesn't even, he's wearing a referee shirt for nothing. He had the Jim Irsay band. Just some more temptations for you,
I got another one. Okay, this is the last one, I promise.
You sure?
Man, this is too fun.
How many does he have?
He's just too easy. Ready?
Let's see this one. Yeah.
This is hard to believe that this is real too.
Oh yeah, look at my guy.
Look at the blue hair.
Oh God, yeah. I'll tell you this
right
now.
It's that same shirt from his mugshot.
I'll tell you. Maybe it's the same night, Joe. I'll tell you this. No, it's not the same night. He's got blue hair and yellow. I wouldn't mess with this guy. That I will tell you. That you get him in a roid rage, you're finished. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
He owned guitars that were originally owned. Listen to the guitar collection: Elvis Presley, George Harrison, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Jerry Garcia, Prince, and Les Paul's 1954. He invented the electric guitar, basically. Les Paul.
Oh yeah.
Black Beauty.
And look at that, Mike. Look at me. Look what I pulled up.
Oh. And there, Joey looks normal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not high in that one.
He could have played Buford Pusser's father in Walking Tall. He could have played Buford Pusser. Look at that, how beautiful those are. And you got all the names up there. Just great. Too young to die, though. But he couldn't control himself. Well, the guy's getting high all the time. And if you're smoking grass or taking gummies, that's one thing. You're taking this stuff. Sounds like bleach, oxidontiol, and all this other stuff, Well,
I'm pretty sure he was a cocaine guy too, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, I'm sure he was everything.
Yes. Keyword allegedly, by the way.
He didn't like Limbaugh because he made bad stuff about Donovan McNabb, said some racial stuff about Donovan McNabb. But he was after anybody got in his way. There's no doubt about it. We're not reaching for the substance abuse, folks. You saw the mugshots. You saw everything there. He was born into privilege, but he did a pretty good job. He was a staunch supporter of Chuck Pagano's, if you remember.
Yes,
And
he was.
Logano was with him for a
During
long
the
time.
cancer bout too. Yep.
Yeah. They have galas for cancer centers. He's had them at his house. They've just donated so much money. So he's a very decent guy too. I mean,
Yeah,
but
we don't want to take that away. We know Jim.
we don't
Irsay
want
did
to take
great
it away,
things.
but on this show, when somebody big dies, you die with the flaws and everything. I mean, it's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to everybody. You nobody goes, well, that's all you need. I mean, I'm not one for scrubbing. I got pictures I haven't been happy with, but that's one I definitely want to get rid of if I'm him. You know what I mean? Joe, you're
Sorry,
terrible.
I'm having too much fun with this one.
I
Mike.
understand. He did it to himself. Most of his it was him. I've done that, 2 DUIs myself. I've donated to charity, but in my 50s, I quit, doing the bad stuff, because then my doctor told me, if you keep doing the stuff you're doing, you're not going to live to be 70. Well, this guy died at 65 and he was in tremendous shape. The guy. So I'm afraid to see the autopsy. It's going to I remember Cedric Benson dying, and he crashed his motorcycle.
I remember that.
With a woman on the back that he hardly knew, I guess, and smashed into of all things, an oil truck, and blew up. And I said he had to be annihilated. Oh no! How can you say that? Well, guess what? He was annihilated. They traced the bars he had been at. Hey, what was that? I like that. Let's see that one again. Look at Joe. Hey, I like that one.
I just found it and I was like, I like that one too.
You like that one? Joe's having the time of his. Joe's delirious right now, ladies and gentlemen. But
we're just doing this on the fly, man. This is a reactionary show. It's fun.
Well, that's how our last 4 shows have been. We pick up pictures, stuff like that, and then you go. But I'll tell you what, Jimmy Irsay seemed like a decent guy, very charitable guy. Our condolences to his family, big time. I mean, a shocker. The guy takes a nap, shocker. And we feel bad for the Colt family and stuff like that. And he was one of ours. Another Chicago guy went to Loyola. And we respect the hell out of you, Jimmy, for what you accomplished. You won a Super Bowl, stuff like that. So we wish the Irsay family nothing but the best. It's a tragic loss on behalf of Joe, Pennyville Station, of course, Cumberland Chapels, and myself, and everybody here at the Barroom. We'll see you next time. Jim Irsay gone at 65.